Yeah, that stunk. That really stunk. Let's just do it like this. You write whatever you want on the screen, and I'll just talk to you. I don't know what else to say, except that really sucked. That was horrible. Anna Marie, you were looking forward to it. You were all ready to be into it. I didn't have the fucking adapter for the microphone. It sounded like shit. I had my dog barking. You guys couldn't hear it, but I could hear it. My wife downstairs probably wanting me to get the fuck off the podcasting equipment and help her put the kids to bed. God. I guess I just need a connection, and when you have nothing, I'm here alone. I'm terrible. So Anne Marie, how are you? How the hell are you? You are here. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Rocky Series podcast guy is here. How you doing? Walrus is here. Let's just shoot the shit. It's not even a podcast. We'll just talk. I'll have headphones on, and my mic will sound really good. And I'll shut off the stupid TV in the background, and I'll just be here, and I'll do it like this. Okay? You're all still fans. Thank you. I don't know. I don't even know where to go with it. I got to be completely honest. I have no idea. I can just never do a podcast. You know, I did Fixing Joe for 6 years. I can just stop. We keep going despite the fact we have crappy equipment and no listeners. That's what sucks. Like, my equipment's not even crappy. I just have nobody running it. I can't perform and run shit at the same time. I'm horrendous. Here's the equipment. I mean, I got this mixer right here. That's pretty good, right? I got the H4n right there. I got my MacBook Pro. I got the backdrop. You know, I got the TV with the HDMI that was all hooked up to that. I got, what else? I'll show you. I got that's the China ball that my lighting friend set up. He's like, dude, you get the China ball, you're gonna be great. If you get the China ball, it's gonna look good. And I just stunk. I did order the fence. I went with a wood fence. It's gonna be going right down the middle of my yard, which is ridiculous. But we didn't want to give our dog the ability to shit in the whole yard, so we just went with part of the yard being fenced in. So he'll just be able to shit for half of our lawn. But our dog's small; his shits are like invisible. I'll be fine. See, you think my setup is amazing? Yeah. Someone just wrote something classic on the Facebook. Somebody said, like, "Oh, you don't suck. You're just new." I was like, I felt so depressed. I did the Fixing Joe pod. I think I did 6 years. He's like, "You're just new." I didn't realize how much easier it was for me to do a podcast where people just gave me advice on my problems. I'm not watching the Phillies game. I'm here. I'm stuck. It's like I'm in this Frozen thing. Ron Poliquin said he left me a message on Patreon. I don't even know if I could pull that up. I don't even know. Let's see what it was. He always has good questions. So I'm gonna look on my Google Voice and see what his message was. Give me 1 second, everybody. Google Voice. Give me 1 second. This isn't a podcast, so you can't rate it on this. This is just a shooting the shit, all right? Okay. Michael Motz, how you doing? How are you? This isn't really a podcast. It's just shooting the shit with a $400 microphone. That's all it is. Right. If I tried to get an intern this week. I was like, maybe if I had a person there running everything, I could be out of my head. So let's see. Let's see what his message was. You know what? As I remember, for some reason, Google Voice doesn't work on Safari. It only works here on my Chrome. Google Voice. John Kensel's watching. Ron Poliquin. Ron, you want to just ask the question here? Or do you want me to play it off of the Google Voice? Let's see if it comes up. Curious what your little... Yeah, I don't have a voicemail from you here. I'm looking in the voicemails. I see nothing. You really left one? There's nothing there. So that's not working either. Nothing is working. Ron, write your question on the screen, okay? Joe, I told you already, I'll join you and we can talk all kinds of shit. Who are you, Joe Paul? Are you ready to get assaulted? It's just on screen assaults. You know, can you handle it? You got a thick skin? That intern would be putting up Joe's fence. Oh, God. I think I'm going to have to be putting up half of that fence myself. What was your question, Ron? Can you write it on the screen, please? I'd love to know what it was. Give me the question, Ron. Your voicemail did not record. I don't know where you left it. Not on the Google Voice. Anyone else? So, yeah, that sucked. Yeah. Where do you live, Joe Paul? I'm going to have to let you into my house with my wife and kids home on Monday nights. How are you, Alan? There's all kind of people coming on that I don't even know who they are. You live in Philly. Well, you know I don't live down there, right? How old are you? Here it is. Okay, Ron Poliquin. You have no other choice but to ignore the trolls or drive yourself crazy. It's a no-win. Oh, man. It's a no-win situation. I think they're a bunch of scumbags myself. I don't find it interesting to discuss or respond to it. I listen because I find your life, your comedy, and what's going on with you interesting and relatable. Your struggles, your successes, the everyday minutia of life. That's what I like. Good podcasts for you to go on. Jay Moore, Joe Rogan, Nick DiPaolo. Well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. If I could get on Jay Moore's podcast, I would go on it. All these people always say you should go on these podcasts. There's not. I should reach out to Jay Moore because I'm going out to L.A. I'm supposed to do Bert Kreischer's podcast. I'm supposed to do Josh Wolf's podcast. Supposed to do Chris Mancini's Film Nerds podcast. Whose other podcast am I supposed to do in L.A.? I don't know how to get a hold of Rogan to do his podcast. DiPaolo doesn't have guests and now lives in Georgia. So you can't really get on DiPaolo. But Jay Moore is a possibility, but I don't really have a contact info for him. He was on my old Fixing Joe podcast many years ago. Did you listen to the new M. Watt this past weekend? No, I don't listen. I haven't listened to one of those shows in about a year. Is there something I should know? Joe Paul's 40. Well, you fit in. You fit in under the wire. Calling people's trolls is dehumanizing. Okay, I shouldn't call them trolls. We'll call them people that hate anything you do no matter what. I mean, maybe they wouldn't hate everything, but it seems like that's how I define people that no matter what, they just have made their decision. I'm a top-tier patron subscriber. You're not, though. Unless you have another name. Do you go by another name on Patreon? You're not a top-tier subscriber, Todd. I don't think your name's on there. We are comedy fans. Yes, that's true. You are comedy fans. but I don't really know how to interact with you. I don't know. I don't know what you like. I would love to give you what you want. I would love for you to just be like, fucking Matarese, fucking hilarious. I love him, man. I love him. I don't know what to do. Everything is just like, fuck you, Matarese. Just fuck you. So I really don't, I don't know. Todd Class's podcast. Yes, I'm going on Todd's when I'm in LA. That's another one that I'm doing. Remember, I'm doing that in July. I'm going out to LA. Whiskey Ginger. Not sure what that means. Jay Moore will totally have you on his show. Well, tell him to have me on because I don't have Jay Moore's contact. I really don't know how to get a hold of Jay Moore. I guess I could direct message, do something. Why are you and Jay Moore fighting? We are not. There is no beef between me and Jay Moore. I haven't seen him in a few years, but there's no fight. Any particular reason you're going to Punchline in Philly instead of going back to Helium? I've answered this a few times publicly. The guy at Helium told me that he didn't want to have me back for a while. He wanted to have me back in 18 months. And I said, why don't we capitalize on the fans that I got from opening for Sebastian at Wells Fargo? Because there was 18,000 people there, and 2,000 of them started following me on Twitter right after the show. So if we can figure out a way to get me in sooner than 18 months, if you wait 18 months, they're not even going to remember me. Like, let's go sooner than that. He didn't want to do it, and my agent had an in and got an offer from the Punchline in Philly and presented it to me. So sometimes it works that way. You move around. I can remember Artie Lang always had a really huge following in New York. And sometimes you'd see him at what's the club? The Gotham. Sometimes he'd be at Gotham, and then like 4 months later he'd be at Caroline's, doing a headline show. So you kind of move around. You take the offers, you field them. And to be honest, I got more money at the Punchline than I got at Helium. The offer's a little better. So I'm doing it once, and I'm going to see how it goes. You definitely need to do Rogan. Thank you. Why are you and Jay Moore fighting? I'm not. All right, I'm going backwards here. Any particular reason you're going? No. Fix Jay Moore's sound problems on his podcast. Bert Kreischer is a Scientologist. They don't believe in mental health. Could get ugly. He's a Scientologist? Bert Kreischer? I don't have to talk about mental health. It's not like I'm not that guy that's like the one thing, I talk about mental health, but I don't have tons of my material is not about mental health. So I can go a lot of different directions. Send him a tweet. Okay, I'll try that. Unblock Steve Miller. I wish I knew how to unblock. Is that his name? And I can go in and look. I don't know how he got blocked. I'll unblock him. Trolls, Joe Paul, with a question mark. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Haters are going to hate. That's true. Hate is a strong word. Let me get a quick Jim Florentine, please. Okay. What would you like me to say, Anand? What do you want me to say? Fucking Anand? I can't pronounce your last name. It's like one of those Indian names. It's like all consonants. It's fucking brutal. Parakin? It's a fucking great name. I used to bang a fucking Indian chick. It was fucking beautiful. She was fucking gorgeous. She was like a fucking solid 10. I was packing a solid fucking 4 because I was on fucking medication. It was fucking giving me fucking the inability to get fucking hard. I couldn't get a fucking hard on. I had a fucking soft fucking 2. Fucking jamming it into her fucking beautiful fucking body. I was fucking crying. Okay, there you go. Todd's Puppet is the top tier sub. Whatever that means. Trolls are just in their mom's basements. Yes. You should message this LA comic Josh Denny. He was a big Food Network host, and now he has a comedy podcast that focuses on mental health. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll get back to interviews. I'll try to interview comedians, seems to be easier to just make the podcast an interview with another comedian and swap issues. And I want the issues to be more than just mental health where you have to take medication, because a lot of people have problems with their mental health and it's not medicated related. Like it could be just you need to go to therapy because your parents sucked or whatever. So I don't want it to just be this like medicated thing, you know? It's just anything that stops you from being happy in your life. Okay? Does that make sense? My Patreon name is Josh Denny. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up later, Todd. Mitchell, Phillies are down by 1. Okay, is Ozzy shitting somewhere in your house, and does that cause any tension with your wife? No. He's been good, man. My dog has been housebroken completely now. He does not shit in the house anymore, knock on wood. But his new thing is just this, rah, rah. He's got this really high-pitched bark that is torture. It usually means something. It means I want a treat, I want your food, or it means walk me. But he just barks, or he wants you to play with him, and you can't not. He just will make you fucking play. He'll want you to throw the toy, and he'll make you throw the toy 62,000 times, and that's annoying. This is what I want, the real Joe. Okay, well I guess the real Joe needs an interaction. You know, it's like I said before, it's like doing stand-up with a shitty crowd versus a crowd that is into me. It's like a night and day. When a crowd is good, I start making up shit. I start being funny. When a crowd sucks, I become what you saw in the second episode of America's Got Talent, where they sent me home. 4 judges, no audience, and them pretty much stone-faced. I suck. It's impossible. But thank you for noticing the difference between Real Joe and whatever the hell that was. Just hit a 2-run homer. Oh, shit. You're behind on the comments. That's an LA pod. Have you heard of Mark Random? No. He's at JMore37 on Twitter and Josh Denny on Twitter. For the love of God, let me get a little Jim Florentine. I did it already. Are you fucking with me now? Is this person fucking with me? I fucking did it. I fucking did Florentine. Where were you? Where did you fucking go to the bathroom? I know you're probably making me do this as a fucking prank. I'm the fucking king of pranksters. I used to do fucking pranks. You ever see fucking Meet the Creeps? It's a fucking DVD. You can fucking buy it on my website. Just fucking crying. All right. Not Matarisi, Matarisa. Brandon Muller is watching. What are you talking about, Joe? I was answering her. Anne-Marie Anad wanted me to do the Jim Florentine. I was answering him. Mental health is all you talk about, Joe. No, not really. If you ask Ron Poliquin, he said that he likes when I just talk about my day-to-day. You know, like today I went and paid $1,100 for a fence that I have to stain myself, and I'm going to have to either borrow a friend's power painter, power spray painter, or I'm going to have to paint it myself. And I'm afraid to get one of those spray painters because I have a neighbor who has a white fence and I'm painting mine black, and I'm afraid it's going to spray and go all over the white fence. So, yeah, I'm going to probably have to change the name of the podcast if I keep podcasting, because Medicated, it's alienating people. They think I'm just going to talk about medicine the whole time, and I like to talk about whatever the fuck is going on in my life. Hey, Joe, have you heard of comic who lied about being in a plane crash? No. His username is Joe. Have you defined your personality on mental health? I don't even know what that question means. Joe, have you defined your personality on mental health? You mean on mental health medications? What my personality is medicated? I don't know what the question is. What do you think of Nick's new special? I haven't watched it yet. I saw that he put one up for free for anybody on YouTube, and then people can just donate. Do you think people will just watch it for free, or do you think they will donate money? Because that's an interesting move, to just put it up on YouTube and take donations. I mean, I guess I could do that with mine. I have 2 of them. It's not a bad idea. But it's on Amazon Prime. I feel like everybody has Amazon Prime. You can watch both of mine on Amazon Prime. And they give you money for the amount of people that watch it. The amount of time people watch it. But what do you think of Nixon? I want to check it out, though. What do you think about the opioid crisis? I don't got any comments on that. You literally go to your account settings to unblock. Okay, I'll do it. Aha, amazing impression. Sounds just like him. Thank you. That's the best Florentine in the biz. Where a lot of people do Florentine. Unblocked. It's Steve Miller. Okay, we got that already. I'm going to catch up on these. Remember when you did Tony for the Sopranos kid? Yes. I weirded him out. That's like 10,000 views on Facebook or YouTube. Damn, that's a decent Florentine. You need to go back on Cumia soon. You haven't been on since he hired Landau. I don't know. I just, I'm at a loss about going on those shows that have, I can't say the word anymore, but it's just fucking, everybody hates my fucking guts over there. So it's like weird. I don't know. Every time I went on there and I plugged a date, it didn't really do anything. I don't know. I don't know about going on certain podcasts. I've had some, I think, terrible episodes when I've been on that show. If I get the right mix, it was fun. But I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's my world. I think Cumia would agree. I don't know. I never knew if he felt I was a good mix over there. I never knew. We get it. What does that mean, Andrew Chiss? We get it. What do you get? What's up, Joe? Long time no see. I was the Iraq vet with one leg that hung out with you and Artie and Pete Dominic in Vegas years ago. How are you, man? I remember you. How you doing, buddy? Todd says, difficult situation. Jeez, I can't keep up with these all. You guys are going fast with the comments. Glad you're still coming back to Philly, even though helium is being lame. Go, whatever. Yeah, I'll go anywhere in Philly and work. I'm in tears. It's fucking I should do the whole podcast. It's fucking Florentine. So when is your big LA trip happening? July. I'm going in July, mid-July. I like this shaky close-up cam, staring directly into the lens intensely. Do you like this angle better than when I was doing, like, the whole fucking I mean, I guess I could still put my little backdrop into the shot, but then the microphone doesn't reach. Let's see here. I could still put the backdrop. That doesn't work. How's that? Better? Worse? What do you like? What are you doing right now? What you're doing right now is great. Don't make it complicated. Thank you, man. Yeah. As soon as I complicate things, it's what I'm teaching my son. How it's like when we don't think we're better. It must be like a trait. It must be in my family or something. Because like I went bowling the other day with my kids and my wife and some other couples. It was fun as shit, by the way. Drinking with some couples with your kids, and you're able to drink, and it doesn't feel like weird when you're with your kids and you're drinking. Something about bowling, it just works. And I sucked. I was terrible at bowling the whole time. I was just fucking getting 4s and like 6s. I couldn't get a spare, couldn't get a strike. Then I ordered a slice of pizza. I went up to get the piece of pizza, and I was like, oh shit, it's my turn. And I ran back and just grabbed any ball I could and just wung it. Fucking strike. What is that? Is that everybody? When we don't think, we're so much better. Do I think I could get Pete Davidson on? No, I don't have his contact number anymore. That was an interesting one, the whole Pete Davidson, Vinny Brand situation. I'm curious what all you guys thought about that one. What did you guys think about that Vinny Brand? I'm going to try to catch up to all your stuff you guys are writing. What did you guys think of Vinny Brand and the Pete Davidson situations? Whose side were you on that? Did you guys read up on it? how they had Pete at the Stress Factory in Connecticut, and Pete's security guy basically gave the intro to Vinny, and then Vinny said some stuff about Ariana Grande and Kate Beckinsale, and then he didn't want that mentioned, and then he decided not to come on stage. I can't read comments right? What did I read wrong, Brandon? What did I read wrong? It's tough to read these. You know how fucking many there are here? What's your favorite food court restaurant? I love Ron Poliquin's question. I went to a food court here in the mall in Westchester, where I live in New York. Everybody thinks I live in Jersey. I live in Westchester, New York. And they had like an actual they had a bar in the food court in the mall. I had never seen that. I'm like, every mall should have this, where you can drink and walk around with your kids in the mall. Like they gave you a beer in a plastic cup. I'm like, this is incredible. Is this cool? Am I allowed to leave the food court with my beer? I mean, I never did, but I was wondering, have you ever been to a food court, Ron, that had a bar in it? And then they had all these good restaurants that I never heard of. They weren't like Boston Market or like the Chinese place handing out the I can't fucking think, the teriyaki chicken with the toothpicks. They had like real restaurants there. I'm 2 to 3 minutes behind. All right, I'm going to scroll all the way up. Jesus, there were okay. I skipped a million of them. Fried rice. My favorite format was what's going on this week with Joe Matarese. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing. It's just the name's different. Can you zoom the camera in and do a Chinese impression? I do have Chinese eyes right now. You are right. Panda Express. You like Panda? I don't trust those Chinese places. Seems like Pete was being a little ninny about it since he likes to make a living shitting on others. Yeah. I want to talk all about this Vinny Brand, Pete Davidson situation. It's almost, there's a little bit, I don't know if anyone else mentioned this, but it's a little bit of, what's that expression? Cried wolf. You know that expression? Because Vinny was like, I always am the best for comedians. I go out of my way. I go out of my way to be the greatest guy for comedians.